Alright guys, welcome back to my review of this week's TNA Impact Wrestling for August 2nd, 2012. This wasn't very good, I have to say. A lot of goofiness on the show. Brooke Hogan comes to mind. The baby shower comes to mind. And it didn't really deliver anything. I mean, last week we found out about maybe James Storm is involved with the Aces and Eights, and this week they didn't really do anything with that. Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. There were some good matches on the show, though, so I did enjoy the matches and stuff, but yeah, I was a little disappointed this week. I mean, I expected something, anything, and we didn't really get anything this week, so the show starts off with Kenny King fighting Zema Ion down the ramp. As they're brawling around, Aries and Rude come out and they brawl on the ramp. It turns into the tag match, and it's Austin Aries and Kenny King versus Zema and Rude, and this was a great way to start Impact. This was a good match, and it got a lot of time. This was a great opener. One thing I noticed, though, is that Taz loves talking about himself whenever someone does a suplex. I mean, T-bone suplex, belly-to-belly suplex. Taz is, he's like, I've seen that before. It's just so lame, man. But yeah, he does that every single time someone does a suplex. So, Kenny King spins Zema around, slams him, gets the win. It was good, babyfaces win. Sting says that he's going to give Storm the benefit of the doubt. He's not going to completely just assume that he's in cahoots with the Aces and Eights. So Sting comes to the ring. He calls out James Storm. He plays the footage of the Aces not attacking Storm last week. Storm says he doesn't need anyone to fight his battles. He beat Kurt Angle for the title. Without anyone's help, Angle comes out, says Storm benefited from the Aces attacking him last week, and Angle tells the Aces to come out for his match. He says, come on, if you're here, show up. I want you to show up for the match. Sting says that he will be at ringside. Angle tells Storm he will make him tap out. And 999Y Zabel left a comment on last week's Impact review talking about how it feels like they're doing the whole NWO fake Sting angle. And I think that is exactly what they're doing. When people thought Sting had joined the NWO, but it was in reality the fake Sting, and everybody was like turning their back on Sting, and it was a whole big thing. I think they're just repeating that entire angle with James Storm. If I'm not mistaken, in the main event, fans were chanting Cowboy and then Cowboy sucks. Something like that, I think. So it's already working. And I don't think Storm is going to be like a heel or anything like that. I think it's just to get the fans to turn on him. That's the big master plan. Whether it's Bobby Roode, whether it's Eric Bischoff, whether it's Jeff Jarrett. I think the plan right now is to have James Storm look bad, look guilty in front of the fans so that they kind of turn on him like the fake Sting angle. I think that's what they're going for anyway. So Christopher Daniels and Kazarian are talking about how AJ left the country to avoid the allegations. Daniels wants to throw Claire a baby shower. They announced that at Hardcore Justice we're going to get 3 hardcore matches. Each match will have 4 wrestlers. One's going to be tables, one's going to be ladders, one's going to be Falls Count Anywhere, and the winner of each match gets 20 points. I think that's a great idea. So Bully Ray comes out, says he never trusted James Storm, and he's going to be at ringside for the match also. We get Bully Ray versus Robbie E with Rob Terry. Rob Terry attacks Bully behind the ref's back to start things off, and Bully hits the Diamond Cutter damn near immediately and beats Robbie E. Very, very short. Bully Ray gets 7 points. Backstage, Earl Hebner hands Madison Rayne some candy and flowers. Gail Kim comes up. Earl Hebner walks away, never says a word. Gail thinks that Madison is just using Earl Hebner to help herself get over in matches. Tessmacher comes out for commentary. We get a 4-way knockouts match to determine who's going to face Tessmacher at Hardcore Justice. It's Tara, Madison Rayne, Gail Kim, and Mickie James. Madison comes out. She's waving and trying to be all flirty with Earl Hebner. And Earl Hebner is visibly uncomfortable with this angle. He is not liking this. He does not want to be a part of this. You can just tell. Just his body language. He doesn't want to do this. He thinks it's stupid, and they're telling him to do it, so he's going with it. But I think Earl Hebner is really against this entire angle. Mickey gets thrown into the steps. Gail Kim hits a superplex off the top on Tara. Gail pins her, but Hebner's distracted by Madison Rayne, so he doesn't make the count. Tara rolls up Madison, but for some reason Earl Hebner counts 3 and then raises Madison's hand just like he did last week with Mickie James. So Tara obviously had the roll up, however Hebner counted 3 and then raised Madison. So I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. Maybe Madison Rayne is going to beat Tessmacher at the pay-per-view because of Earl Hebner or something. I don't know. It's crazy, but that's what happened. So it's going to be Madison Rayne versus Tessmacher. Backstage, Rude says he told everyone Storm was behind the attacks, and he says he's also going to be a ringside. And then Austin Aries shows up and says he's going to be a ringside. Oh my God, this Sting is backstage talking to Brooke Hogan. He's asking how her father is, and long story short, she says something along the lines of he's fine or he's doing better. I've never seen him get his ass kicked that hard. Something like that. And she's just all freaked out about it. She says, I don't know why they're picking on us. Just really, really bad segment here. Sting says he will find out who is behind it. And the music during this segment was absolutely insane. Watch this again and listen to the music. And tell me it is just completely out of place. Just very, very strange. Some guy delivers a letter, and Brooke opens it, and of course it's playing cards, and Brooke's freaking out. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. And it's just, oh man, this was horrible. Then we get Eric Young and ODB talking about how they haven't defended the Knockouts tag titles in a long time. Eric Young, ODB says something like, Brooke Hogan's on her case because we haven't defended the belts and you're not a knockout. You're not a woman. And he says, Brooke Hogan? Hulk Hogan has kids? I didn't think he was old enough. Or something like that. Like, he doesn't look old enough to have children. Hogan's got children? I thought that was amazing. We get Kid Cash with Gunner versus Chavo with Hernandez. Chavo hits the Three Amigos, then the Frog Splash for the win. This was good. Dixie Carter is asked about the Claire Lynch situation. She says that AJ needs to set the record straight. Backstage, Kurt Angle is talking to Wes Briscoe, who says he wants to be a wrestler. Devon and Garrett Bischoff come up. Devon says they want to offer help to Angle, and Briscoe says he's going to the strip club. Then we get the baby shower. Oh man, nobody cared about this. This died a death out there in the ring. I mean, fans were pissed watching this segment. Kazarian says that AJ is in Australia and probably impregnating somebody. They have Claire come in the ring. They give her some diapers, some toys, AJ Styles figures, some posters of Kazarian and Daniels, a baby-sized AJ Styles hoodie, and Claire gets this creepy-ass look on her face, looks at the camera, and she says, AJ, you need to do the right thing. You need to do the right thing, AJ. And she just starts screaming. Fans were saying boring, saying please shut up. It was, this was sad to watch. Now this was awesome, and this was Joseph Park backstage. He's talking about his law firm, Park, and Park, and how they're going to represent some wrestlers. The wrestlers are teaching him some of the lingo and all that. Sting comes up and he asks if Sting wants him to represent him. He says he doesn't want to kayfabe him. Sting asks Joe Park about the Black Hole Slam from a couple weeks ago, and what was that about? And Park is like, what do you mean? And Sting says, are you going to kayfabe me? And I just thought this was awesome. This was one of my favorite moments of the night. This was great stuff. They announced that next week we're going to get a bunch of Bound for Glory series matches: Pope versus RVD, AJ versus Angle, and Storm versus Bully Ray. And then we get the main event: James Storm versus Kurt Angle. Bound for Glory series. All the guys, Aries, Rude, Bully Ray, everyone who said they were going to come out, they slowly start to make their way to ringside. Angle gets Storm in the ankle lock, but he gets out and hits the super kick for the win. Storm has 7 points and is now in the lead of the series. Now, what I thought was going to happen here was obviously the Aces and Eights were going to attack. They were going to do something, surely. I thought Kurt Angle, he had him in the ankle lock for a very long time. Storm would get to the ropes, he'd put him back in the ankle lock. So I really thought the Aces were going to come out to break that up. But no, Storm reversed it, hit the super kick, got the win clean. Afterwards, he tells the Aces and Eights to come out. Bobby Roode grabs the mic and says, "Isn't it a little odd that they're not coming out?" And he says, "I think it's because you don't need them to come out now. You won. You've already won the match. Now you don't need them." Then Storm starts going at it with Bully Ray, and Austin Aries and Bobby Roode start going at it. And Kurt Angle's just like, "I'm not doing anything." So I was disappointed with how this show went off the air. I have to say I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view because I do expect the Aces and Eights to do something really big at the pay-per-view. I think that would be a great way to set them up and continue to build these guys. I think they're going to do something next week too. But as far as this week's show goes, I was disappointed with it. I'm pretty sure they're going to do the fake Sting angle with Storm and the Aces. And that's fine. It's not a bad angle. But I thought it needed more tonight. No Aces on this show at all. So yeah, I was a little disappointed by that. And it had a couple good matches, but it was still kind of average, below average for me this week. So that's it, really. That's my thoughts on this week's TNA Impact. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments below. And thanks for watching.